Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And always, or as always, my friends, we have yet another amazing guest this morning. How do we do it? We don't do it. You do it. You know what? I guess we do it together. This morning, we have a returning guest, which I love, and we're going to be talking about uh, her journey and her transformation and her um, tea company and owning a salon for over a decade and her work as a spiritual leader and energy healer, um, and how all of that has brought her to this point in her life in business where she is sharing her knowledge and passion online and monetizing it as she builds her confidence. And so, with that being said, let's jump into this amazing episode. Jordan, welcome back to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm pounding the table this morning
No,
already.
excited.
So, you were on the show last back in May, actually May 1st of this year. So, welcome back. It's about a 90, May, June, July, August, about 3 months or so. Yeah.
Yes, where did
So,
that time go? Goodness.
I know. I
Gosh,
know.
already.
I'm excited to catch up here and kind of hear what you're learning, how you're growing, how your confidence is building. For
Mhm.
those who don't know you, give us a quick recap of what got you started in the online space, what made you want to take our challenge and
Mhm.
increase your confidence, increase your digital marketing skills. What was that motivation all about?
Oh my goodness. So I had been searching for high and low, really trying to figure out the whole marketing back whenever I first opened my salon. Digital market, the digital world was pretty easy. Now, yeah, I was searching high and low for different ways to bring in income. I wanted to help more of my clients bring in more of the wealth aspect along with, the mindset. So yes, I was on TikTok. I saw this mom. She was, working with multiple streams of income, and that's kind of how I work. I love, um, having income in different streams, setting up different systems. So I started following her, and then I was like, what is she doing? Went on to her socials, and yes, found the challenge, and this is something that has just changed my life. I feel as being an entrepreneur, we need to go through our own marketing to be able to teach others to grow our team. Yeah, it's just been a huge thing in my life for all my avenues. And now I'm helping other businesses, do their socials, do their marketing. So it's just been incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it's great that you even bring up the fact that you can take these skill sets and you can use them to help other people, help other businesses,
Mhm.
even outside of the core four business models that we teach here, which is how to package your information into digital products and sell courses, coaching events, and also do affiliate marketing. There are also other ways, such as agency work. It may even fit into that coaching or consulting
Mhm.
uh, category, but where you can go, as you said, and help businesses because you have these new skills. I even tell people that if you have an existing job, you may want to leave that job.
Yeah.
If you have an existing job, the skills that you're going to learn here around digital marketing and even increasing your confidence have the ability to be able to make you more valuable.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. It's incredible. Life changing. I mean, these are skills for a lifetime that, I constantly have ideas coming to my mind. And having these skills allows me to transform those things that are coming to my mind onto paper, courses, funnels, the list goes on. Being an affiliate for whatever your passion, whatever your heart desires, I feel is huge. I feel everybody should really live their dreams and fulfill them, whatever you're passionate in.
Yeah, for sure. And so, you've done a lot of things in your life. You've done spiritual healing work. You've done salon work. You've worked with a lot of people. What do you know, or what can you tell us about what does somebody need to possess or develop internally in their mentality, their mindset, or their emotional well-being to increase the confidence to overcome the limiting beliefs
Yeah.
that we usually come into something like this with? Because after all, we're trying to make a change. We may feel stuck or like we're not where we want to be in life. And so in some ways we're broken, or something in our life is broken, and now we want to be successful, and those paths don't cross. There can be a short circuit there because of a lack of confidence, self-esteem. What are some of the limiting beliefs that you've had to overcome in order to actually learn these skills and launch your brand online to start this particular chapter of your journey?
I think one of the biggest keys is just, being okay with yourself. I feel like everybody, or not everybody, how do I word that? We can worry so much about what others think. And that is one of the biggest things to overcome. And a big fear, getting on socials and being on socials is, well, what are people going to think? That's a huge one to kind of overcome. And then also, that's that the mind is, it's funny. And if we work with the mind and, yes, just having the tools to really shift out of that negative mindset or all of the fears that come up, and think the gratitude and the positivity. That is one of my biggest keys. I wake up at 5 a.m. every single morning, and gratitude. What am I grateful for? All of those things. When those fears start to come in, just remember, like, these things that we were dreaming and praying for last year are now, they've happened. So that's gratitude, is a big fear shifter. Yes.
I like that. I like that. And I like that you pointed out the things that we have were once the things that we were praying for or hoping for. And that could also mean opportunity. It doesn't have to mean $1 million that have come in from your new efforts. It can simply mean the opportunity to be able to go and create income, build a business, learn new skills, have the Wi-Fi, the computer, the resources to be able to access this information. Because, the truth is that all of us in first world countries have a certain privilege.
Yeah.
And that privilege was given. I mean, there's been a lot of talk around privilege over the last couple of years, and I won't step in those kind of waters right now. But what I do know is that if you woke up today in a first world country and you have internet for less, for $50 to $100 a month,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, 150
Yeah.
a month. I think I pay closer to 150 a month for my Starlink up at my ranch, right? But if you have one of these things,
Yes.
if you have one of these things,
That's your
right?
whole business. That's your everything, is a phone.
I mean, if you have one of these things, it means that you had like $1,000
Yeah.
to spend on it.
Yeah.
It also, moving away from some of the more external things that we have, that billions of people in this world don't have. Literally,
Water.
billions of people do not have this,
Yeah.
do not have internet. The other thing that we have is someone, something, whatever your belief system is, wanted you to come across this information, put it in your path for you to have. And there's an old story, I'll probably butcher it. It's kind of one of those old kind of wise stories where you can take a lesson from it. But it goes something like, there was a man out in the middle of the sea, lost at sea, and was praying for help.
Yeah.
And so God sent, a helicopter, and he said, I'm afraid of heights. I don't want to get in the helicopter. He sent another boat. He didn't want, whatever it is. The bottom line is, sometimes we miss the opportunity because it's not spoon fed to us in the way that we think we need to receive it. And if this opportunity to get this knowledge has come across your desk and you have it, that's something to be grateful for, and to also to recognize that you are here watching on this computer, this live stream right now, for a reason.
Yes.
There's a reason why you're here, why you feel called to listen to this. Do you think that we oftentimes overlook those things and miss opportunities because they're not presented to us how we think they should be presented to us?
Oh my gosh, 1,000,000%. Yes. That's been another big tool of mine, is really surrender. When we surrender and these things start to pop up, I'm going to say yes. Coming on this call today, yes, is there a fear of going live? Yes, but surrender. And so back in November, when I found you, I was like, oh my gosh, this is everything that I've wanted. Is it a fear to kind of go and kind of step away from my businesses to learn brand new tools to bring back to my businesses? Yeah, that's a big fear. But if I wouldn't have done it, I wouldn't have had the skills that I have today to be able to help more people. And yeah, no, it's very, very, very true. Yes, I've missed lots of opportunities in the past from not listening. That's another, listening and trust. I do believe that everything comes in front of us for a reason. Most
Yeah. I think a lot of us have missed opportunities because they weren't presented to us in a way in which we thought that they would. Sometimes we get so easily offended, and we are also closed or narrow-minded, where we're not able to hear or see a message or an opportunity. And it takes a open mind to be able to, at our age. I know you and I, just because I looked at your questionnaire, you and I are about the same age, and we're not spring chickens, but we're also not, we're not old dogs yet. We don't want to start saying that, because some of our older community members will say, you ain't seen old yet.
Yeah.
But still, it can be, you mentioned surrender. Sometimes starting something new also requires the death of the ego in order to be new at something again.
Yes.
What has that been like for you, as doing all of these things in your life, salon owner, etc., to be new in this area and to have to surrender ego and find a new depth of humility?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a journey. I mean, I was so gung-ho to share all of this with everybody. Yeah, I don't know. My life has all been about learning and lessons, what works, what doesn't work. And so being able to be okay with learning those, and that's been a game changer for me.
Yeah. I the older I get, and again, we've already got some comments coming in that are like, "You're not old, you're not old." And look, I'm not saying that we are. I'm not saying that we are.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, look, I've got a 3-year-old
Oh my.
who has got an ego. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. I mean, you see it if you're around little humans, that we were born with an ego.
Yes.
We were born wanting to do things our way. And the older we get, the harder it can be to break that.
Mm.
The harder it can be to actually be humble and not be a know-it-all, and realize that knowing everything is a weakness. It's literally a weakness to even act like you know everything. Some of the most successful people in the world I've met and interacted with, and they almost use self-deprecating humor to sort of, make sure that they were not sending the message to anybody around them that I'm the all-knowing one. Just because
Yeah.
I'm financially successful, don't look at me like I'm the one who has the answer to all your problems, because I don't.
Yes.
I'm still learning. I'm still a student. And so, what's it been like for you to be a student of this digital marketing education? What's been surprisingly easier for you than you thought, and surprisingly harder for you than you expected?
Um, really, uh, like you said, being a student, always asking questions. Like, yes, their questions are huge. And I do feel some of the most successful people, they're, yes, how you said, go into an interview, and a lot of times they're asking more of the questions. For me, it's just been really like learning social media, learning the algorithm, learning what works, what doesn't work, testing the waters. That has been huge. And I am still gun ho on getting certain socials to really flourish, but also knowing that it will come, and not to give up. Um, Yes, and testing different socials. Like, I have so many different socials set up. I have different systems. I have different funnels. I have courses that I've created on certain and what works and what doesn't. Some socials you just want to do a post. Some you want to do a reel. And how many do you have to do? Yeah, it's been a huge learning
What
and
have
still
you
learning. And socials, it's a nonstop learning. Yeah.
Yeah. What have you learned about platforms? I mean, if you think about just even the last 3 months,
Yeah.
how has your content evolved, and what are you getting the best results with?
Yes. So I have I have 3 business pages on Instagram. And I have one that's just going viral, viral, viral. But also learning that you have to, like, certain wording that you have to put in, to allow people to want to follow you. My personal page, it's really dedicated around what my energy work that I do, the mindset. It's being authentic. Like, people are going to gravitate to you when you're authentic, and when you're, yes, that's been a big thing for me. On, yeah. Uh, and on TikTok, TikTok is amazing because you can be yourself. You can, completely be free. The other Instagram's been my 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 yeah, my game, I call it, because I feel like, one reel will go crazy and you're super excited about it, and you're sending all that gratitude and whatever to it, and then yeah. But really the focus is on, like, how can I be of service to people, how can I help people, and so that's where in that mind.
Yeah. Yeah, the social medias, the platforms are definitely fascinating. It's it's almost the simpler and dumber the content is, the better it does sometimes,
Yeah.
or most all the time.
Um,
I think obviously there's a certain group of people on the internet who are looking for, deeper or more long form or in-depth content. I mean, obviously this show right here is an example of deeper long form content that somebody's going to sit down and listen to. But, when you're posting reels on TikTok or on Instagram, I mean, the dumbest content, the simplest content, funny content,
yeah. Yeah.
goes absolutely just crazy. And you can post the same piece of content on TikTok and on Instagram, and they do absolutely totally different.
Yes.
And so it's really, I think, a for any of you who are kind of struggling with posting content that is not taking off or is not getting you the engagement that you want, um, you may be overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing a lot more of this specific types of training with
Mm,
all of our students, with our affiliates as well, to kind of show them what we've been doing and practicing over the last few months to have, our own pages, personal branded pages, faceless pages that we have going on as a company as well. What's working and what's not. And so the most important thing for most of you is to get over that initial hurdle of hitting post and
yeah.
actually starting to, as you said a few moments ago, not give a damn what people think.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Yeah.
initial hurdle that a lot of people are dealing with and struggle with. Once you overcome that, then it's really just about detaching from all outcomes, detaching from numbers, follower count, everything, and looking at your social media channels as a media company, that you are literally just putting out content. There's no personal attachment to it. You're testing different things,
Yes.
and you need to get out a certain number of pieces of content to fill slots, as if they're commercial slots inside of a 24-hour,
Mhm.
schedule that you need to fill with commercials and shows and things of that nature. Your business is the same way, and thinking of it like that media company where you are just, plugging in those videos. Uh, Also understanding that every video doesn't have to have your face in it, even if it's a personally branded page.
Most definitely.
Going and swiping memes, screen recording videos from other accounts. You can remake them, add to them, post them as is with a different caption. There's so many ways that you can repurpose content, and that's what so many of us are doing on the internet nowadays, is we're just repurposing content. And if you have the skills and the confidence, you sprinkle some of your own content in
Yeah.
there that comes from your own sort of original kind of thinking. But again, back to my point of overcomplicating. Do you have a tendency to overthink and overcomplicate things? Has that plagued you in the past? And if
I
so,
have. Yeah.
how do you deal with that?
Uh, I just play the game. I call it. I just it almost makes me more like I'm gonna get this. I guess I don't like to look. Yeah, it's a game, but it's a fun game. It's a fun game to me of what works, what doesn't work. Yeah. And now I have other businesses that I kind of help with, their socials. And so it's learning, and yeah, it's more like in service. So doing restaurants that, have their advertising and different things. So it's very learning. But where I come back on all of this is really going through this training has been incredible. To have all of that knowledge to be able to come back and and not to give up. Don't give up because it works. That has been key. And makes me sad to see so many people, kind of, well, this isn't working, so I'm just gonna, it's going through the motions. What works, what doesn't work, what work, and okay, well, that one doesn't work, so now we're gonna do it this way. That's a big key.
Yeah, the training's there. I mean, we have this show which is free to the public in our community.
Huge every day.
We have we have we have obviously other everybody's got their own social media accounts, but the core thing that everybody needs to understand is what you said. You got to go through the training to understand the foundation in the blueprint.
Yeah.
It's sort of like going onto a job site and you've got your hammer and you've got your tools. That's kind of like a new marketer with this like funnel.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, got my hammer, got my tools, got my saw. All right, let's start throwing some wood together. No man ever built a house without a blueprint.
Yes.
I mean, unless it was a stick house in the jungle back before modern technology existed. But nowadays, no man, no woman is building a home that is actually going to stand the test of time or even be safe to live in without following blueprints that were engineered.
Yes.
And it makes it simple. You look at the blueprint, you apply what you've learned. And at the beginning, being obsessed with learning and actually being disciplined enough to watch the videos, get off social media for a second or for an hour, put the social media and the constant dopamine hits down that you're getting from just scrolling. Your brain is tricking you and keeping you from growing because you are addicted to your phone.
Yeah.
You're addicted to scrolling on social media and getting constant hits of dopamine that you cannot take the time to actually go through a course and watch a hour-long video so you can learn what you need to know to actually be successful. And then, you're addicted to, you then become addicted to struggle because you're addicted to those dopamine hits from your phone being on social media. Gotta withdraw from that. You gotta withdraw from that. If you want a different result, you need to take a different action and be a different person. And, this is not easy to hear. I know it's not easy to say. I want to tell everybody that, I can give you a 5-minute training that's just going to allow you to, but the truth is you got to be disciplined enough to go through that training, buy it, invest in yourself, go through it and apply what the hell it is that you're learning.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about the investments. Like, if we want a different result, we have to invest in ourselves. We have to invest in our health, our everything. The training is incredible to me. I'm always learning. I'm always reading books. Constant. It's big. It's huge. And I had to kind of, I think there's a lot of excuses of being, I'm so busy. I have 4 children and then I have a partner that has 4 kids. We have 8 kids together.
Wow.
And we have these businesses. And, if you want something so bad, and it gives me chills, you're going to make it happen, whether you're busy. And I kind of switched the word busy into like survival because I don't really like the word busy. So, sometimes in life we get into those survival moments and it's okay. But I think that's when the most power comes through is when we're in those moments. And then just to surrender into those moments. Back in November, when I found this course, I didn't have time, this training time to like put, everything aside. And really, I did not tell anybody about it. I went through this training. I had gone to Tennessee. I didn't tell any of my girlfriends. And, I did it and I stuck to it. And I think a lot of times when you get into this kind of stuff, just keeping it to yourself, go through the whole emotions. Don't take anybody's, comments or, well, that just seems like a lot of work, like whatever, I think that's another kind of reason why people kind of step back, is because they start telling people about, well, hey, look what I'm doing. Like affiliate marketing is huge. That's for anything. That's for every single company. There's so many ways to make streams of income. Why not have it all set up? So yeah, that was another big one for me personally, is just keeping everything to myself. Words are so powerful, and one person can say one thing wrong or one thing and it triggers you, and then you just stop, and then you're giving up on your dream. We only live once. Why not embrace the things that make you so happy? I love to travel. This is why I've worked so hard to get all of these things set up, is so I can go work wherever I want. I can take my kids wherever I want, and just being able to say yes more. And my mom did it. I was a single mom for, 3 years, but I also was the provider of my kids pretty much since they were born. So yeah, it's, it's a lot. Oh, shoot. Oh,
Sorry,
can't.
I
There.
muted myself. I got ice machines and coffee
Oh,
makers
yes. No,
going
you're
off
good.
back here cleaning themselves and doing all this stuff. So I wanted to make sure I didn't interrupt.
Yeah.
Wow, you just said a mouthful right there.
Yeah.
You really just said some powerful stuff, particularly about keeping what you're doing to yourself.
Yes.
I think that we have a tendency when we start something new, it's all that excitement. We're in that honeymoon phase,
Yes.
all that excitement. We want to go tell the world. And
Yes.
then when it doesn't happen, or the results or success or the happiness or whatever it is doesn't come as fast as we want it to, we begin to feel embarrassment and shame about that. And
Yes.
so we just then stop talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
instead of the reverse, which is what you just said, which is a like 50,000-pound hat moment, and everybody needs to concrete that in your subconscious brain
Mm-hmm.
today, is that the the approach that makes the most sense and is the most intelligent
Yeah.
is to keep it to yourself.
Yes.
Keep it to yourself.
Yes.
Don't go around trying to convince everybody that they need to be doing what you're doing, or try to waste precious.
Yes.
I mean, especially after hearing that you have 8 kids to take care of. Holy crap. Precious
Well, the
energy.
older 3 are graduated, but yes.
I don't care if it's one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot. So we waste precious energy
Yes.
trying to explain ourselves to people that don't understand, will never understand. And hey, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to understand.
No, because it's in their mind. They have, it's yeah. That not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. There are people that are so happy with going to their regular job and then having just that stream, and that's okay. Like we're all, but
we need to be happy
when you're trying to explain that kind of stuff to those people.
We need to be happy for those people if they're happy, and even if they're not, it doesn't matter. Our job is not to save or change people, especially just because we've decided to do something new in our lives.
Yeah.
I went through this when I got clean, over 15 years ago. I all of a sudden became clean. Now, after 10 years of ripping and running, right? Suddenly, I got clean, and now all of a sudden it's time to go save the world. Let's go tell everybody. And try to get everybody to stop and get everybody to live the way that I'm living. And the truth is that just because you started something doesn't mean it's everybody else's time, or maybe even that's even part of their path in life.
Yes.
There's 8 billion people on this planet. If you start a business, trust me, it's going to be harder for you to turn a friend into a client than a client into a friend.
Oh my gosh, 1,000,000%.
So don't even bother.
That's where my hat goes. No, all my sacred friend, my special, they're all online. And I have a very small circle, of close niche. But I keep everything to myself. Even when I went to go open my salon, I had told everybody I was living in a trailer. I had a couple kiddos, we had paid cash for that. Like we were living the very simple life. And I'm like, I'm doing this. And found the special space, and I really couldn't afford this space. It was a brand new town. Didn't know how I was going to do it. And but those people are, those certain family members were like, oh, I don't know. I think you should think twice about this. And, just special gifts started coming in. I opened my salon, and it was the most successful in town, 5-star everything, after 12 years. But the first year was kind of tough, but you're learning. And if you allow yourself to, believe that you can't do it, or you're not going to be successful, it's going to fail. But yes.
Yeah, it's
Huge.
it's a challenge to resist the urge to convince and explain.
Yeah.
But success is most often created in silence.
Yes.
It is also a strategy of your war on your business to keep your moves quiet.
Yes.
It is a way to protect your peace.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that you brought that up. It's such a nugget of wisdom for everybody this morning who is struggling with that, hoping. It may not even be, it could also be something that we just kind of talk about and make up stories in our own head, like people don't understand me or they don't support me. And that's just, people are too busy living their own lives.
So hard. Yeah. But yes. No.
Sometimes we get so self-absorbed with our own moves and with our own journey that we think that everybody else cares about it more than they do. And the truth is that, people are too busy living their own lives, being obsessed about themselves.
Yeah.
That also should help you in posting content and making moves publicly for your business to strangers, particularly. That's one of the things I love about this business and this business model that we teach, is that you don't have to, this is not MLM. We're not teaching you how to, or you're not making crafts and trying to sell them to your neighbors, or you're not trying to sell cookies to your friends, or lotions, potions, and pills, or whatever it is. You're learning skill sets to generate leads, cold leads, and turn them hot then to warm, and convert them from strangers into raving fans, or at the very least, strangers clicks to cash. And, people are whether it be your new potential clients or whether it be existing people that you've known, they are for the most part pretty obsessed about their own life. Mm-hmm. And so we need to go from being obsessed about what we're doing and being so self-absorbed and insecure to figuring out how can we present our content in a way that solves people's problems, because that's all they care about. And this as a salon owner, this as a business owner your whole life. People don't care. It's not that people are cold or murderers or evil people, but they don't care about what you can do unless it has something to do with them.
Yes.
And they can benefit from it. And that's kind of one of those cold rules to understand about human psychology is that unless, you can experience it just by walking down the street. Nobody will even look at you. People just look down. Nobody wants to be bothered by you or bother you unless you have something
Give them.
for them.
Yes. 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 Mm-hmm.
And so figure out how to solve people's problems. Figure out every piece of content should be about them, not you. And
Yes.
so often I think we get kind of caught up with this, oh, I got to tell my story, or I got to make my social media a diary. And it's like, no. You need to make your social media, your content, your marketing about solving people's problems. And that's what value is. Value is, I know you have a problem. This can solve it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you how, and here's what to do next to take action on that solution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Yes. Yes. And that's
oh, go ahead.
really where that mindset shift comes through, yeah. Yeah. And solving people's problems. That's the whole reason why I've gone through everything that I've gone through business wise. Because I want to be of service and help people, for our, not even going to go into that, but our world, grocery prices have gone up. People it's a struggle right now, to be able to get gas, to go to work, to pay our houses, and I was like, okay, how can I help, or learn new skills to be able to help people be able to have extra income streams, talking about, kind of shifting all of that around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. What have you learned about yourself throughout this journey? I probably asked you this before. I wonder how you'll answer that today.
What have I learned? Man, I am strong. It takes stepping authentic. Just it's also a healing journey when you go through new things. You're learning new things about yourself. What have I learned about myself? That's a good one. I know.
Well, just that you're strong is powerful. I
That's
mean,
been one that has came, I cannot, 4 kids. My partner just moved in like 2 months ago. And so I have been doing it all by myself. Besides every other week, when he'd be able to come. But yes, I am strong. That has been huge for me, and something that I just really sit with. There's not a lot of people that can do these certain things, but also empowering into that to teach others how you can do these certain things, so that's kind of, it's hard. Just the strength. Just man, when you really sit back and you look at all these things, you're like, man, how did I do that? How did I seriously do what I did? Like, it's insane. I have girlfriends, clients are like, how do you do what you do? Like, what do you do? And it's like, what can I help you with? And that's really the biggest thing I think I've gone through. Everything that I've gone through is like, how can I help you?
yeah.
Whether it's, and so strength and
Well, that's powerful and beautiful, and I certainly recognize that in you and realize that to be true more each time I talk to you, learning more about you, the fact that you have been a mother that's raised 4 children or is raising multiple business owner, now is venturing into online marketing and building new streams of income, developing new skills, learning, growing. It takes a special person. If this was easy, everybody would be doing it. It takes a strong person.
yes,
If it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
yes.
And so thank you so much for coming back on this morning, Jordan. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Stay legendary, my friend, and let's do episode number 3 in the near future.
Most definitely. Thank you so much.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
All right, my friends, you can find Jordan on TikTok at Jordan Lynae, Jordan JordanLynae. I'm also on TikTok, David Sharpe Live, David Sharpe Live. She's on Instagram at the same, it's Jordan Lynae. I'm over there on Instagram at David Sharpe _official. Go give her a follow, see what she's doing, and continue to learn from Jordan as she continues to embark on this journey of building a business online, doing affiliate marketing, and selling digital products. My friends, we continue this journey of learning from the actual people inside of this community. Every single day, we've done we're coming up on 1,100 episodes. So we've done literally over 1,000 of these episodes, interviewing different people, sometimes once, other times multiple times, as Jordan is a returning guest, was on 3 or 4 months ago this year. It allows us, for those returning guests, to see their journey, to track their progress, to see what it's like at the beginning, middle, and as they continue to grow. It's just such a powerful, beautiful process and show that I've fallen in love with, and I know many of you as well have too. And we appreciate your support and being here and commenting and just learning along with us, because that's what I come every morning to do. So make sure that you're subscribed. You can go to legendarymarketer.com /WUL. I'm going to post this link in the comments as well, so you can make sure that you get the updates when we post and go live at 10 a.m. Eastern time every morning. You'll get a little notification in your Facebook Messenger. Just go to legendarymarketer.com /WUL or click the link in the comments. Always make sure that you are not clicking or talking or answering messages from strangers that are asking you to send money. I just want to say that, because there's a lot of imposter accounts that pose as me and other influential people inside of this space. I do not send DMs to people. I do not try to get you to send cryptocurrency. I am not chatting with you, hitting you up, talking about your struggles inside of the DMs. I am busy creating content, running my business, and that is not me or probably anybody else who you think is reaching out to you trying to help. Those are scammers. Those are impersonators. Be careful. Be smart out there on the internet. Don't waste your time with bullcrap. And also, don't waste your time chasing shiny objects. If you're here, you've enrolled in one of our courses or programs, go through it. As Jordan says, it's one of the most important things that you have to do is actually buy the training and go through it, right? You're not going to learn the skills and have the transformation unless you do. If you want to start that journey, you can go to legendarymarketer.com /enroll and see our product offerings, our educational options. Get started with a challenge, or if you've done that, enroll in the blueprints. Consider coming to a mastermind. All 3 of those options are powerful and a great investment into your future. My friends, we'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode of Wake Up Legendary. Get out of here. Have a fantastic day. Peace.